So I anticipate a lot of big fights. I got something in the works right now. I'll drive you crazy. All you guys will be running around. I got something in the works that you will never see coming for 2025. That literally started to come together last night, and yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
So quoted once again, Dana White said in that interview today, I got something in the works that you will never effing see coming for 2025 that literally started coming together last night. So this video is basically speculating what I think the fight could potentially be, this mega fight that he's planning, what he's cooking. Okay, I can think of two things, but first I just want to start off this video saying that I don't have this video scripted. I know, what crazy. I think you can already tell by how I talk. I'm not talking as if I'm reading off a script, okay? Every video prior to this one you're currently viewing right now has all been word-to-word scripted, okay? It's basically video essays. It's word-to-word scripted, it's highly researched, it's highly edited, it's a one-man army by me. So it's a bit weird that I'm talking right now without a script. I'd still have like 300 words of notes, but this is the least effort I've put into a video. I apologize. I apologize, okay? This video isn't a freaking 12,000 word, highly researched video. So I apologize. This is more like news and speculation. So with that being said, let's dive right into what I think the mega fight is going to be. The first one out of the two I'm thinking of is Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. That could be too obvious, but it is a mega fight in Dana White's eyes. And if he's trying to hype it up, he's doing it good. But in also saying that, what the clip at the start of the video, he said, you know, he's hyping it up. He's making it a mystery, right? He just got it sorted last night. He said, you'll never see it coming for 2025. And then if it is Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, he kind of ruined the mystery of it, because in that same interview today, the post-fight night, he said, oh yeah, Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall is basically 100% confirmed.
Jones versus Aspinall, is that sort of the big priority, and you think that's the biggest fight the promotion can put on in 2025?
100%. And I think it's probably the biggest fight in heavyweight history, and it's a massive fight in the history of the company too. It's a big fight.
Yeah, we know Tom Aspinall's down. Jones is kind of like on the fence, or at least that's what he said publicly. But
right.
Have you talked?
It's weird.
How confident?
What's weird about that? Let me tell you what's weird about that. So usually, those guys say that shit behind the scenes and not publicly. Jon says that shit publicly, but not behind the scenes. Jon is a very unique individual to deal with. From day one, I've been confident that Jon Jones would do that fight, right? I mean, even before the fight. I said if he won, there's no way Jon doesn't do this fight. Jon Jones isn't afraid to fight anybody, and that's a fact.
So it's kind of weird hearing that in one interview session, unless he came in drunk, but I doubt well, maybe, I don't know. But Dana White, assuming he's sober and not stupid, it's a bit skeptical and weird that he came into this interview saying, oh yeah, me and the matchmakers, we built this amazing mega fight you'll never see coming for 2025. And then a few minutes later, he confirms like, oh yeah, Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall is basically confirmed for 2025 also. Like, I don't know. That's what makes me think it's not Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. But in also saying that, I don't not believe that, because Dana White also sees that as a mega fight. So Jon Jones, he still has to prove himself as a heavyweight champion. I know that sounds stupid, but you know, he round one submitted the only ranked, I don't know if it's ranked, the only top 5 heavyweight without a credential in grappling. So he basically submitted just a guy who doesn't know how to grapple, and he basically TKO'd an old man with a very good fight resume, but he's an old man. So he still has yet to be super undisputed, if I can give you the full context. And Tom Aspinall is the perfect contender. So that's going to be a big fight. And I have not really that much more to talk about. Okay, we're going to keep this short and simple. I want to make this video like 8 minutes. to get the maximum ad revenue. Oh, yeah. Let's jump into the second fight, which could be controversial for some people. I don't know why, but anything anyone says in this community is going to piss off someone. I don't know why, but we have Ilia Topuria, okay? It might be a stretch. Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier. Because also, in that same interview that Dana White said, he leaked a lot of, I wouldn't say leaked, but he said a lot of information that hypes up 2025. He said, me and the matchmakers are working on Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. Ideally, selfishly, I want him to fight twice next year. So maybe the next one that's upcoming might be a cool fight. And then the one after that will be his full-on retirement. I don't know. But realistically, the next fight he's going to have in 2025 is probably his last. So why not it being Ilia Topuria? And now you're probably wondering, why Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier? Why not Dustin Poirier versus Gaethje 3? Why not Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway 3, I think? And why not Dustin Poirier versus like Dan Hooker or like Fiziev? Those are very good. I'm not saying Ilia Topuria like shuts down the hype out of all those other ones. I'm just saying, knowing the UFC, I feel like the matchmakers love to matchmake things that also don't make too much sense. They also want to like, go off the hype of how mysterious the fight is. They want to give a bit of an underdog chance. That's why Khalil Roundtree got the title shot. Only because his post-fight interview from his recent winners be like, I don't want to be the... Well, he didn't really say it word to word, but he's basically saying, I don't give a shit about the title. I just want to fight Alex Pereira. And Khalil Roundtree has amazing striking. So they're like, okay, for the hype of the division, for the hype of the fight in itself, let's give Khalil Roundtree the title shot. Even though with all logic in place, he does not deserve the title shot. But that's what the UFC matchmakers did. So what did Ilia Topuria do for me to think he's convincing enough to fight Dustin Poirier? One, he's had a lot of tweets and news telling his fans and audience that he's not vacating the belt, but he's moving up to lightweight. And how he backs up that story is saying he walks around 190 pounds. I think that's what he said, or that's what his head coach says. I'm just going to say it right now. That's not true. That is bullshit. Okay? I know that the comments in the post are exaggerating a lot to the point it's like a meme. They're like saying, what? A fucking 5'4.5" featherweight champion walks around 250 pounds? I mean, that's a joke, but we all know it's not true. We all know that we understand. We understand what Ilia Topuria is trying to say by exaggerating that story. He wants to move up to lightweight. He wants to make it big news. He wants to exaggerate the story to convince Dana White, the UFC, and the officials and the matchmakers, I want to be a lightweight fighter. That's what he's trying to say. Okay? I think he was 190 at one point in his life where he was bulked up. He has a lot of muscle mass. He has a lot of fat in him, and he has a lot of water. Like at one point in his life, he probably was 190 pounds, but he does not walk around 190 pounds. So yeah, that's one piece of evidence that Ilia Topuria is hyping up. And the second reason is him not reaching his ceiling yet. That sounds weird when I don't explain it further, but I will. It's like he's never went to war with anyone. There's a reason he is the fighter of the year for 2024. Well, there's a big gap, but the fighter of the year could be Alex Pereira or Ilia Topuria. And then the third option is way, way, way below Ilia Topuria and Alex Pereira, right? So there's only two debatable arguments for who's fighter of the year. And Ilia Topuria, from his fight history, from his fight resume, he looks unbeatable. He flatlined Volkanovski round 2, and it wasn't like Islam, although credit to Islam for knocking out Volkanovski, but Ilia Topuria knocked him out in one punch, and he was out clean. And he also destroyed the whole legendary chin narrative on Max Holloway. He was the first person to knock out. Well, I don't know what it's officially resulted in. To me, it's a TKO. I think it's a TKO in the official records. I'm not sure. But I also could think it could be a KO because he was out with that left hook. If Ilia Topuria threw that left hook and, Max Holloway fell down, and if Ilia Topuria backed away to see if Max Holloway would get back up, I don't think Max Holloway could have gone back up. I think Ilia Topuria just sealed the deal by going down and doing a bit of, ground and pound punches. So there is debate if that was a KO or a TKO, but regardless, he was the first person to finish Max Holloway with punches. And to make it even worse, he defeated the guy who claims to be the best boxer in the UFC by boxing. And also in every fight he's been, I'm the person that made every Ilia Topuria fight explained video. So I know, at the very least to my knowledge, he has not fought anyone that made it look like he went to war. Okay, the only arguable part is Ilia Topuria versus Jai Herbert, because he didn't go to war with him. He just had a severe miscalculation in range, because Jai Herbert is massive. And he didn't think he was going to throw a 2 and then a lead high kick right to his chin. And yeah, it didn't go to war with him. He just had a severe miscalculation that could have resulted in a TKO. So that still has credit in itself. But the preceding round, Ilia Topuria knocked him out cold. So I guess that's the most shaky his career has been. So with how good he's been as a fighter, his star power and negotiation skills are, I guess, I don't blame the matchmakers making Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier. Okay, that's all I got to say. This video is severely low effort compared to all my videos. I apologize, but I think it's healthy for the channel if I could implement some videos like these. This, like, the B-roll footage is still going to be something, right? And I want to upload more frequently. I think it's just healthier for the growth of the channel if I implement, this variety of channels as well as some high-effort videos, because I don't want to be some, I don't want to be some content slop channel where I'm uploading videos like these all the time, every day, like 2 or 3 of these a day. And I don't want to be on the other side where I'm making highly edited videos, but because they take so much time and effort to make, I'm only uploading just twice a month or something. So I want to make this pretty balanced. And also, I just want to personalize the brand. A lot of people think I have a team because I'm diving towards, like, video essay style shit. But no, it's a one-man army. I'm literally scripting this word to word throughout my freaking ass. I don't fucking know. And I'm scripting this, I'm editing this, it's all by myself, okay? I make all the editing, I make all the thumbnails, so I want to personalize it a little bit. I'm just a guy like you, just fucking watching UFC. So, yeah, that's all. Bye.